Taking a look now at the number of new COVID-19 cases being reported for Nueces County today. The City County Public Health District is reporting 209 new cases today. This will bring the total number of cases ever recorded since March of last year to over 34,550. Sadly, there were 8 COVID-19 related deaths reported this Wednesday. The patients said to be 4 men and 4 women. Currently, 167 people are in the hospital. 42 of those patients are in intensive care. And it was another record-setting vaccination clinic for Nueces County. Yesterday, health officials distributed 5,000 first-time COVID-19 vaccines to residents all over the coastal bend. And looking across Texas now, so far more than 3 million doses have been shipped, and more than 1.5 million Texans have received at least 1 dose. In Nueces County, about 17,000 people have been vaccinated with at least that first shot.
And we have all heard that city and county leaders are looking at setting up more mass vaccination clinics in the future, but now there's word that other options are on the table. As you may know, the Richard Borchard Fairgrounds in Robstown has served as a vaccination hub where up to 5,000 doses per day can be administered to people in their vehicles. But those behind that effort also realize that they'll likely have to handle a whole lot more vaccine in the future.
In the future, we envision and we will be able to deliver other sites inside the urban centers that have maybe walk up or walk up with an appointment. There'll be other opportunities to have smaller prompt-to clinics also by appointment. There could be other drive-throughs that are established. There could be mobile clinics, which we're exploring.
Nueces County Judge Barbara Canales. By the way, word has also come down that the American Bank Center will soon become a second vaccination hub officially, and that would be in addition to the Borchard Fairgrounds. Plans to expand the number of hubs beyond those 2, though, in this region are on hold for now because of the current delays in getting enough vaccine supplies here. And a reminder that the City County Health District for Nueces County has received an additional 500 doses of the Moderna vaccine that is specifically for anyone who went through the first mega vaccination clinic back on Tuesday, December 29th in Robstown. So this would be for the second dose of the vaccine, and these people will also get a text message notification of that. That clinic has tentatively been scheduled now for Friday from 11 until 7 at the Borchard Fairgrounds. Anyone who goes will need to bring their vaccination card with them.
And while COVID-19 continues to spread across our community, it's important to note there are residents who also recover daily. But while recovery may mean no longer testing positive for the virus, it doesn't necessarily mean the ability to return back to normal. Some people are experiencing lingering side effects from COVID-19 long after recovering from the virus. These include symptoms like shortness of breath, fatigue, muscle weakness, and most common, loss of taste and smell. Health experts say while some of these concerns will improve over time, some can also be addressed with the help of physical therapy.
Getting them back up with their strength, when they have lower extremity weakness and they're not able to do the things that they were doing before, or they're having generalized aches and joint and bone pain that they weren't experiencing before. So those are things, again, that we're addressing on a daily basis now.
Now, if you or someone you know is experiencing some of these lingering symptoms, Avila says to visit your primary doctor and find out if physical therapy can help you out.